All right, welcome everyone, welcome back to Shaggy Cooking Lifestyle. Today we are going to make some brown stew goat, not curry goat, but brown stew goat. It's the same goat, it's the same goat meat, but we're not currying goat meat today. We are making brown stew goat, okay? So the difference between brown stew goat and curry goat is the color and the flavor. It's only the color. So I'm using the Eve Browning. That's what I'm using. The Eve Browning. But normally if I'm doing curry, I use a curry powder. Okay, but I'm not using curry today. Bam! No curry today. Brown stew. Brand new. A lot of people wonder, can goat only cook with curry? No. Goat cannot only cook with curry. It's a Jamaican thing where we cook mostly goat in curry. So we call it curry goat. So we're going to do the same thing today, but we are doing brown stew goat meat. Okay, so it's a curry goat, it's a brown stew goat, right? Okay, so here's my goat meat right here. This is my goat meat right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and gonna start my process. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm already clean my goat meat and chop it up small how I want it in these chunks. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my browning, okay? I'm going to add my browning. So normally you use, like for this portion of meat, you would use 1 teaspoon of browning. Today, 1 teaspoon of browning, okay? Okay, this is a teaspoon, okay? If you need more, you can add it later. But you don't want to put too much browning because it will make it bitter. And you don't want to have your goat meat bitter or whatever meat you're cooking. You don't want to have it bitter, okay? So you're going to put it and then you're going to rub it in. Make sure all your meat get browning, okay? You don't want it to be too dark. You just want it to get a nice color. I use my meat to rub the browning out. Okay, guys? You have to be very skillful to use to cook like this. Okay? By this time, it seems like I need a little bit more browning. So I'm gonna add a little more browning because I'm not gonna be adding any more browning after this because I'm dry rubbing my meat, okay? So I'm gonna drop a little bit more, maybe another 1/4 teaspoon. That is it. No more. No more. That is it. Okay, nice and easy. So that is it for the browning. So here I have some meat seasoning. This is meat seasoning. It's meat seasoning from Jamaica, but I have it in my private jar. So I just use my meat seasoning. Use some meat seasoning on this, okay? This is an all-purpose meat seasoning. This meat seasoning has a little salt. It make with a little salt. Also, I have my all-purpose right here. This is my all-purpose right here. Everyone know this all-purpose, so I'm going to add all-purpose as well. That's about 1/2 teaspoon. Not more than 1/2 teaspoon. I'm not measuring that. And also, I have my total seasoning right here. I'm going to add my total seasoning. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon as well. That is about half a teaspoon. Okay, guys? The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my garlic powder. Because I'm dry rubbing my seasoning. This is a half a teaspoon of garlic powder as well. That is it. And then I'm going to dry rub this together. I'm going to make sure all this meat get this seasoning. Okay, guys? So this meat is ready to cook. It's very cold. But right now I'm gonna put it in the freezer while I prep. While I prep right here, put my stove up and all of that. It's gonna be in the freezer for about 5 minutes, guys. So when you put it in the freezer, it helps to marinate it faster. Okay? So I'm just gonna add this, leave this into the freezer for about 5 minutes. First thing I'm going to do, I lit my stove and I'm going to add just a little bit of cooking oil. Not a lot. Just a little. I'm going to crush some regular garlic. Okay. Spoon. My wooden spoon, I use my wooden spoon. Okay? That's what I like to use. Then I have one Scotch bonnet pepper, habanero. I'm cutting it up. And then I'm going to add it to that oil and garlic, okay? So I add this Scotch bonnet pepper to the oil and the garlic. Right after that, I'm going to add all my goat meat. This is my goat meat here. I'm going to add all my goat meat. It goes in the freezer. It goes in the freezer. So I'm adding it now. You see that? So I'm going to allow this to get the color what I want it to get, okay? But before that, I have to mix it up so the garlic and the pepper can go equally among the cut up meat, goat meat. Okay, guys? So we are making brown stew goat meat, okay? I have a bell pepper. I have carrot. See all what I have. I have onion, tomato, carrot, bell pepper, thyme, and scallion. Okay? So I'm going to chop up some of these right now so I can able to put it with my goat meat. Okay, guys? So guys, now my goat meat get the color. I'm gonna add water. I'm gonna add some water and coconut milk. Okay guys? I'm adding water. Goat meat is not that easy to cook. Everyone know that. So I have to add a good portion of water and coconut milk. So that's the water. Now I'm going to add coconut milk. I have a coconut milk here. I never blend any coconut today. So I have 1 can of coconut milk. So I'm just adding this 1 can of coconut milk. I make sure that the water covers the meat so the goat meat can be properly cooked. And you don't have to add any more water into this. So before you add any seasoning into this, anything else, you're gonna just leave this for at least a good 25 minutes before you do anything else, so the meat can pre-cook. But before you do that, before you leave, next thing you need to add is pimento. You need to add some pimento seed, right guys? So I have some pimento seed. I'm just adding some pimento seed so it can be you can cook with that pimento seed, okay? After it starts to boil, I'm going to just cover it down. I'm waiting on it to start to boil. Then I'm just going to cover it down and leave it so the meat can be cooked, because it's going to take a good time to cook, okay? But in the meantime, while it's cooking, I'm going to be doing something else. Guys, you can use your pressure cooker if you want, but I want it to slow cook today. That's why I'm not using a pressure cooker today, okay? I need a slow cooking today. Slow cooking. Now you can see it's boiling. I'm going to add some time while it's boiling, so the time can boil also with this. Guys, it is smelling so good already. It is smelling so good already. But I just want to see if it's going to boil over before. Because the coconut milk, you have a tendency sometimes to boil, to spill. I'm adding some lime juice to stop it from spilling. That's why I was waiting on it. Whenever it try to spill, to boil over, you use some lime juice and you kill it a little bit. Okay? So guys, now I can cover it down for 20 minutes. So guys, over here, I'm going to be cooking some pasta with grind meat and sausage. So guys, this is my grind meat. So I'm just gonna put it in the oil. I'm putting my grind meat. And I'm going to just chop it up. Guys, I'm just gonna add some garlic powder. And then I'm gonna add some total seasoning. Total seasoning. Next, I'm gonna add my sausage to this. So guys, I already have my sausage cut up. So I'm gonna just add my sausage. And also I'm gonna add I have tomato, I have carrot, and I have green onion, scallion. I'm gonna add half of that. And I'm going to allow this to cook. I'm going to allow this to boil. I'm going to add some spice to this. Guys, I'm going to add some thyme, and also I'm going to add one habanero. One habanero. This habanero is not super hot. Then I'm going to add water. So I'm adding water. I'm going to cover the meat with the water. So by the time that water dries out, the meat is already cooked. Okay, guys? Okay. So this, I'm leaving this to boil now. So now I have 2 pots boiling. And on the other stove, I have my macaroni over there. I just put the water on. So I'm going to add my macaroni on the other stove. Okay. Some more. I'm going to strip in my thyme. I'm taking out my thyme stem, okay? I'm removing the thyme stem. Because the thyme already boiled off. All the thyme leaf is already off. So I'm moving my thyme stem. Alright, and now I'm going to add the remainder of my seasoning, what I have chopped up. Now I'm going to add some tomato, carrot, and green onion or scallion. Okay, guys? So I'm going to let this boil for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to continue the process. 2 more minutes. Here's the time stem. As soon as I find my time stem, then I'm moving them. Okay. guys, this is already cooked now. So I'm gonna put it aside and I'm gonna grab a next pot. This is cooked and ready. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna make the root for my spaghetti. So I'm gonna add a large chunk of butter. It all depends on how much spaghetti you're making. That's the amount of butter you add. You can't add too much butter anyway. Okay? You cannot add too much butter. So I keep my stove on a low flame. And then I'm going to add a bunch of garlic. Right? I'm going to crush a bunch of garlic. I'm going to be crushing garlic. Because I'm making my root, the root for the spaghetti, okay? So I'm crushing, instead of cutting up the garlic, I crushed it, okay guys? That is it. And I'm gonna mix it with this butter here. And guys, I add one scoop of flour, and I'm gonna add some buttermilk. I'm gonna add some buttermilk to the flour. As you can see, I'm adding the buttermilk to the flour and I'm going to mix it out, okay? Half a cup of buttermilk to 1 scoop of flour. And I'm going to mix this out until it becomes one. Okay, guys? I don't want any lump, so I have to mix it thoroughly until it becomes mild and nice. You want to make sure no lump you don't have in this. You have to mix it until you have no lump whatsoever. You don't need to have any lumps. Okay, guys? And then, now we have no lump, so you're gonna add this to this butter and garlic. The butter and garlic. You're gonna add your flour to the butter and the garlic on a low flame. And at the same time, you have to mix it because you don't want it to gather any lump, okay? You're gonna continue to mix this like that. And as soon as it get hard, then you're gonna add your milk. Okay, guys? You're gonna add milk. You're gonna add milk. It doesn't matter what brand milk you have, but you're gonna add milk. Okay? And you're gonna continue to mix this out until it dissolves out in the milk. It's going to dissolve out. Don't worry, you think it's not going. It's going to dissolve out in the milk, okay? No lump. We're not supposed to have any lump when we finish with this, okay, guys? This is called the root. You can add a little more milk. It's not hurting you. Milk is not going to hurt you, because this is going to boil. This is boiling. Okay? So this is called the root for the macaroni. Then I'm adding my seasoning. This is my special seasoning, my Maggi seasoning. I'm adding some Maggi seasoning. 5 spray. Okay? Make sure you continue to mix this so it don't stick and it don't become lumpy. Okay, you don't want the flour to become lumpy. Also, you're gonna add some all-purpose seasoning. You add it as you go. So you see how this is going, guys? This is bubbling really nice. This is bubbling really nice, okay? You're allowing your flour to cook while you're spinning this. Okay, guys, you can see this paste. You can see this, how it mix out, no lump. So leave it to boil for a couple of minutes, 2 minutes or so, before you start to add your other ingredient, your other stuff to it, okay? In the meantime, I'm checking on my goat meat, because I know my goat meat take a long time to cook. I add some more water. I have to constantly add water because I want my goat meat to slow cook. Okay? Okay, guys. So my goat meat is cooking. And also, this is my paste. Look at it. You see my paste? Nice. Very nice. Now, into my paste, I'm going to add my grind meat. I'm gonna add my grind meat and my chop up. So here is my grind meat, and also I'm gonna just add it in here. We already cooked this already together, okay? So we're gonna just put it all in here. Okay, guys. Are we clear, guys? Then we're gonna just mix this together. Okay, guys, after mixing this together, we're gonna add cheese. You can add whatever cheese of your coin, but I'm adding cheese. This is shredded cheese. So we're adding cheese now. Okay. And we're gonna make this, have this cheese melted out as well. So that's what we have with the cheese, guys. You see what we have now? Okay. The cheese is melted. So next, we are going to add our spaghetti. Okay? So guys, here we have our spaghetti. We add in our spaghetti. And with the help of 2 spatula, I do this and mix it together. Guys, this is smelling so nice. Then on top of this, I'm gonna add a little more cheese, guys. I'm gonna add a little more cheese and cover this down. Then I'm going to add my tahini. This is like a thyme. I'm gonna mix it one more time so everything can come together. Guys, if you're gonna put this in the, you can do it in the oven. So at the end of the, when you finish, you're gonna have to add your cheese, and then you put it in the oven to sit. But I'm not doing this in the oven, I'm doing it on the stove, okay? So I'm just gonna cover this down on a low flame because everything is halfway cooked already. So I'm gonna just cover this down. The meat is totally cooked. The pasta is 3/4 way cooked, and the root is cooked. So we just need just a couple minutes more before we say ready. Okay? So I'm covering it down on a low flame. And let it sit there. It will. Yes, guys. So after 1.5 hours, now I'm gonna add all my seasoning to this. It's gonna be very quick now because the meat's already tender. So I'm gonna add the rest of my seasoning to this. This is my onion, my green onion, my tomato, and my bell pepper. Okay, guys? Now I'm gonna leave this for 20 minutes and it's gonna be ready, okay? "20 more minutes, guys, and this is ready. The meat is tender. It's not 100%, but by 20 more minutes, they will be 100% tender. With all these ingredients in it. And I'm gonna add some barbecue sauce. Okay. So guys, I add in some barbecue sauce with some water. I'm just gonna mix this up. I'm just gonna put this, so this is gonna just enough to cook the vegetable, okay? Then it's gonna be over, all said and done. Okay, guys? So just leave this now so it can be finished. Okay, 20 more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna make some rice. I'm gonna make a little pot of rice. I'm gonna make some rice so we can have rice with our barbecue, and we're gonna put a little seasoning to it. Okay, that's all we go with that. That is it, my people. So now we have the brown stew going. We have the brown stew goat. And it's on the finishing point. I'm just gonna put my little rice, so I have my plain rice to eat with my curry, with my brown stew goat. Okay? Oh, this is my time. Okay, guys, that is it. Everything is coming together. That's my brown stew goat meat. Try. This is my goat meat right here. That's my goat meat right here. And over there is my pasta combo with grind meat and sausage. Okay? Grind meat and sausage, and over here is my rice. That's my rice right here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a plate and I'm gonna. So, my beautiful people, welcome again to Shaggy Cooking Lifestyle. Okay, so you know I make a beautiful dish today. I make brown stew goat, pasta combo, and the pasta combo has grind turkey and sausage and all the other ingredients, and also I make rice. So now this is the time when I'm going to eat, and I hope you guys can sit back and relax and enjoy the whole video. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys send it to the last people in the world. Send it to the four corners of this world, so people can know how to cook brown stew goat and not only curry goat. Okay, so this is the meal right here. You wanna take this picture right here? Make sure you get a full shot of it. Okay, all right. Now is it time for me to eat. I already taste every piece of it, and I know it is beautiful. It is tasty. It is delicious. So I'm just gonna eat. Guys, this is the goat meat. Look how juicy that is. And it's gonna enter my mouth. Guys, make your order quick. Hurry up and make your order. Hurry up and make your order. This is the pasta. This is the pasta. Guys, this tastes so good. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to check out Shaggy Cooking Lifestyle. We cook, we teach, and if you need help, you can also inbox me. I will help you. Okay? Again, like, share, and subscribe. We like you. We love you. And we appreciate you. See you on the next one.